Hello and welcome back to Core Finance. I'm Matt Brown. I'm joined today by Alessio Rastani, founder and CEO of leadingtrader.com. Thank you for joining us on the show. Bitcoin is all about Bitcoin. This week, $7,000 is onwards and upwards, potentially.
That's right. Let's talk about it. So what I've got here, a chart, is a long-term time frame chart, weekly in fact. So what you see here, just for folks who may not be familiar with chart analysis, is that every bar you see here on the chart represents 1 week, and I'm looking at it from December of 2016 all the way until now. You'll see two lines of my chart here, and I've talked about them before. So folks who've seen our videos, Matt, probably know that one moving average I have on my chart is the 21 moving average, 21 exponential moving average. Essentially what we're doing is averaging out the price for 21 weeks going to the past. There's also a purple line that I also keep in my chart, 55 EMA. Anyway, bottom line is, look, so we've gone above that 5,000 level, and I think now we're above that psychological support, 5,000, that's going to be a key level that buyers are going to protect, which means, and the way I see it, I think from an Elliott Wave perspective, essentially we seem to be in a wave 3. There's strong momentum still behind this move, and does it look likely we could reach 10,000 on Bitcoin? I would say yes, and there's a couple of reasons for why Bitcoin could reach 10,000. Potentially not for too long. The reason is, number one, that the financial industry is planning to introduce now,
futures.
That's right. Futures. They're looking to introduce ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs. What that means, therefore, is a lot of speculative money is now going to come in. So folks who never considered Bitcoin, never heard of Bitcoin, your ma and pa investor, are not talking about it. Now suddenly you hear your friends Facebooking or texting each other saying, hey, how do I buy Bitcoin? And that's what's happening right now. The speculative money, average, ordinary folks saying, hey, I want to get in on this game. What that's going to do is going to push Bitcoin prices higher. I think potentially going to push it up to 8,000 and eventually, I think, 10,000. What that also means is this, that for folks who maybe missed out on some of this move here, pay attention, because if we go back to that chart, there is support, as I mentioned before, at the 5,000 psychological support. And there's also support at the weekly moving average. It's the weekly 21 moving average, which that brown line is. And I think by the time price pulls back, if it pulls back, in fact, to those levels, we're looking at 4,900 to 5,000. Bottom line, Matt, is, and bottom line for everyone who's watching this, is that any moves, if you see any corrections, any sort of retracements, because, markets fluctuate.
Yes.
Nothing ever goes straight in one line. So we know that markets fluctuate, they go up and they go down a bit. So any corrections, any sort of retracements or pullbacks in Bitcoin that you may find in this month or next month, potentially to 5,000 to 4,900, should, I think, ideally be used by Bitcoin traders or investors as an opportunity to basically buy Bitcoin, load up. Do take care of the risks, of course, with any investment, but in any case, I would be looking to establish longs at that weekly EMA, which is right now at 4,800, 4,900, but I think it'll catch up to 5,000 soon. Any pullbacks to those levels, 5,000 can be used as a buying opportunity. And again, the next targets I'm looking for, the wave 3 to continue towards 10,000. Matt, what's your view?
It's onwards and upwards, and it's hard to go against the trend in Bitcoin. There will be pullbacks. I think. That's right. I mean, it's interesting. You mentioned the futures contract, and it's still up. It needs to get past the regulator for the CME future. Now that's interesting, and it will bring in speculators. It means potentially pension funds. It means investment banks can trade in a exchangeable future that's there on the exchange. That's got to be positive for Bitcoin. But here's a question, certainly a question for viewers as well. What that also allows is shorting in the market. That's so all these institutions that haven't been able to short Bitcoin because there hasn't been a future contract to do that can now step in.
That's
and that could be interesting. I mean, that does open up the market. So
certainly opens up more liquidity as well.
Exactly. So I'm wary of that. And it'd be interesting for viewers to get their ideas on, and let's say the end of the year or 6 months, where they think the level of Bitcoin will be. And it would be good to get the comments of viewers out there just to get an idea of what the market and the investors are thinking.
That's right.
My view is we're going to see it higher, but at some point that futures contract could actually be a negative for Bitcoin because there may be short sellers. Maybe JP Morgan will come in and sell it down. But at the moment, when you look at the technicals, it's going one way.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what I got, and love to hear your guys' opinions on this. And so feel free to tell us on this video. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Matt.